Good morning, friends. Hi. How are you doing? I'm the gloved one this morning, still. My hands are much better. Well, this hand is not a problem. It's this one where I pull and tug on the yarn and hold it, my project. I don't know, but it's better. I don't have to have the finger guard this morning on top of it. So that's progress. So maybe by tomorrow I can just take it off. I'm just kind of leaving it on. I don't want to go through that again. Anyway, good morning, good morning. It's Thursday morning here in my little corner of the world out in West Texas. We had a winter weather watch. I think there's another name for that, but anyway, haven't had my coffee. I can't come up with it, but an alert, a watch. It fizzled out. So today we're just supposed to get freezing dense fog this morning and rain this afternoon. But it's going to be cold. But no snow, no ice, no mix, nothing like that. So I'm thankful for that. I wanted to come on here this morning and get my day started off with you guys, okay? We'll start off with you guys. I've got my crochet hook and I have got my barely started granny square. By the thumbnail you see I have a lot of granny squares, but not nearly enough. But that's what I've been doing, making granny squares and having a great time doing it. You know, it is fun to make granny squares. I don't know about putting them together, but I think I'm going to crochet them together. I don't think I'm going to tediously sew them together. It's a monumental task. The whole concept of that blanket is monumental, but ooh, it's a lot of fun, right? It's a fun. So I'm waiting on the coffee to get finished perking. My husband is still asleep. It is about 7:30, I think. I woke up at 6:44. I usually sleep till 5:30, but the last couple of days I've hit around the 6:30, 6:40 mode, so that's fine with me. I don't have anywhere to go anyway. But I did want to get in here early and get you on the camera, or get me on the camera, and thank everybody for the great responses I've gotten, the comments, and the subscriptions. Thank you and welcome to my new subscribers as well as my old subscribers. And I want to assure you that if I were to get a lot more subscribers, I'm not going to be changing. I'm just going to present myself the only way I know how, which is just me. And I don't try to be anybody I'm not. I just try to just be myself. Because how could you be? I'm not an actress. You don't see me in Hollywood, do you? No. So I'm just going to be myself. And this is going to stay a personal channel. And I won't be, that I foresee, doing anything different. I might maybe post more different kind of crafts. I would like to get back to my knitting, so I might be doing that. But as far as what this is about and myself, excuse me, there's no change coming there. It, as my sweet little daughter would say, it is what it is. My daughter has a chronic illness, an incurable chronic illness. So if she can have that kind of attitude, it is what it is and it'll be what it'll be, I certainly can do the same, or I'm going to try. Yeah, my daughter, she is my stepdaughter, but Lewis and I got together when she was barely 13. We got together on her 13th birthday, actually. So she had just turned 13. And I raised her like she was always my daughter, and it was kind of, excuse me. Let me get my water. I forgot to bring it. Hold on, folks. Okay, water to the rescue. Let me pull my chair up. I didn't know I was going to talk about my daughter, but I just want to touch on it. I didn't have any girls. My first marriage, excuse me, I had 2 boys. And I'd always wanted a girl. So when my big girl came along at exactly 13 years old, I took her. We had kind of a tumultuous, I can't say that this morning, no coffee. We had our times, okay, folks? We had our times. Teenage, growing up, some strange woman steps in that has rules and regulations. I mean, that could be hard, but I had my own ideas. And I worried about her, and I wanted to know where that girl was. On her running wild in her teenage years. So anyway, we worked it out eventually, and we became very close, and we still are. And she is, let me think, oh my goodness, 38. She's 38 years old. Yeah. And anyway, she doesn't live close to us. She doesn't live that far. She lives in the state, but not that close to us. But yeah, it's a tragedy, really. This illness, it is a genetic illness passed through generations. And the mean, cruel thing of it is, or one of them, it's a mean, cruel thing, this disease. But one of the cruel things is the twist of fate. It is centered with a twist of fate. You have a 50-50 chance of inheriting the bad gene when you're conceived. So, and they don't test children. Or nowadays they don't. So you have to be of age. You have to be 18 to get tested. And then it's like the luck of the draw. You either have a good life or you have a short life. Anyway, I don't know how I went down that rabbit hole, but that's not a rabbit hole. It's just, I don't even know how I got on this. Oh, the saying, it is what it is. That's her saying. Anyway, enough about that right now. I'll tell you more later. But anyway, she's a sweetheart. But anyway, I need my coffee. This is crazy. I probably shouldn't even have started this video till I had it, but just am here. So let me go get me a cup of coffee. I've interrupted this. This is the second time, but I'll be right back. It'll be a second for you. It'll be a minute for me. Okay, I'm back. First sip of coffee. I'm sharing my first sip of coffee with my friends. Oh my. I think I'm gonna make it. Oh, that's nice. It feels good on my throat. And it's my wake up routine. So I really like it. I know a lot of you folks are coffee drinkers. Gotta be. And I know a lot of people don't drink coffee. So if you don't drink coffee, I'm sorry. Just kidding. It's just so good. cold morning, foggy out there. Coffee is mighty fine, mighty fine. Okay, well, you've looked at me enough probably. I'm going to turn you around and we're going to crochet. Oh. I think I've showed this on here before, but because I know I have, I remember now. This is the hook of the day because this is what I'm going to be using today. This is that Furl Streamline all metal hook. It's aluminum. It's got a bit of a weight on it, but because of the way it sits in your hand and it's balanced, the way the weight is distributed, it doesn't cause any hand strain to me. So anyway, this is the hook of the day, and it is supposed to be all shiny, but mine has got some scratches on it. Well, if you get one of these hooks, do not wear a ring on the hand you're crocheting on, because it will cause some abrasions on your metal. I kept wondering why my hook had little dinglings on it, little scratches, tiny, but not. I don't even know I'd call them scratches, but maybe a few, but I don't know. It just not as shiny. And I watched a video about it, and a sweet lady told me, don't wear a ring on your hand, because just the ring, the metal hitting the aluminum, will ding it. So if you get these, folks, don't do that. I had to take my beautiful diamond ring off yesterday, and I'll leave it off because I love these hooks, and I'm going to be using these a lot. This is what I'm getting for Christmas, and no, they're still not here from Furls. So, it's January the 4th, and I ordered them December the 13th. So, there's that. So, anyway, let's turn around and let's do a little crochet. How about that? Put your heads down. I'm going to scoot you back here, and I'm going to try to turn this light around. Now, folks, can you guys see that? I think you can, but I'm never sure. That's the point. Let me... Well, you sure can. Okay. Okay, you can see. As you can see, I'm just starting out this morning. This is my first one. Oh, more coffee. Folks, grab you something to drink. Grab you a project. Grab you a whip or something to work on, any kind of craft. Excuse me, folks. Sorry, my nose. I'm still battling the allergies, but they're not as bad as they were. Okay, so grab a project. Let's chat and crochet. So we don't really have any plans today. This has been a very quiet week following the holidays. Nothing really's been going on. We don't have any appointments to go to. I will tell you, this just popped in my head. My husband has officially given up driving. Oh, did I tell y'all this? I don't know if I did or not. Well, we had that neurologist appointment on December the 19th in Lubbock. And, excuse me, as the doctor was in there talking to my husband, of course I'm in there too. You know what? I made a boo-boo here. Well, I sure enough did. Okay, the doctor was in there talking to my husband, and he was asking him what my husband did and didn't do for in his life, you know, how he was managing, because he has mild cognitive decline. And some days you can't even tell anything's different. But he has his moments that aren't the best. So anyway, he was asking him, can you do your self-care? Can you shave and shower by yourself? And of course he can. He's not, like I said, you can't tell anything's wrong with him except every once in a while. So anyway, Lewis was answering, and the boy, I can't remember what I'm doing. The doctor said, well, can you drive? Are you driving? Can you drive? And Lewis looked at him and he said, no, I've given up driving. I was sitting there and my mouth flew open and I said, since when? He said, oh, for a long, long time. I said, well, I think 2 weeks ago you drove yourself to the store. He said, oh no, that was months ago. Well, it wasn't months ago, okay. It was just a few weeks back. But I told the doctor, I said, you better write that down in your little notes because he'll forget he said it. Anyway. Why am I messing this all up, my friends? You know, I must need more coffee. This is not coming out correctly. Okay. Let me go back. Anyway, and I thought he'd forget that, but he told me day before yesterday, he said, well, day before yesterday, he said, well, I need to run down and get some stuff at Tractor Supply. And I was like so tired, and I said, well, I guess go. He said, I thought you didn't want me driving. I said, well, are you driving? He said, no, I'm not going to be driving. I said, well then, that's the second time you said it, so let's go. So anyway, so I will be his, I guess I'll be his driver. Instead of driving Miss Daisy, I'll be driving Mr. How the Hook Turns. Okay. So, I guess it's official. I fought with him about that for a long time, and I gave up. Because he's going to do what he's going to do. But I guess he is officially not going to be driving anymore. Okay, so, okay then. No, this is right. I got it right, my friends. Let me turn you just a little. So, that's the latest with my husband. He hadn't had any accidents in his vehicle. He had some run-ins with a post. But it wasn't with another person. He hasn't had a wreck per se, but he has had a few run-ins with some drive-through posts. So anyway, we had to file on the insurance for that because it was more than just a scratch. You couldn't drive it. It had a big rubbing sound where the wheel was turned in, hitting part of the fender. We had to get that fixed, and that was last year. Yeah. So that's his situation at the moment. So I don't have anything I'm working on except this. I do have the corner to corner blanket that I still haven't finished. I'm gonna finish it. I don't lack that much on it. I'm waiting on my crochet hooks and pearls. There's a size hook I need, and it is like this one. It is like this one. And I love these hooks. And this is a 6, but I'm getting a 5 and a 5.5. I'm waking up finally, I think. So I am tracking them via the internet. And they're supposed to be here tomorrow. I'll believe it when I see it, okay? Maybe they will be. I don't know. And I'm waiting on part of a yarn order to come in from Joann's. Oh yeah. I have some more yarn to show you, but I'm trying to wait till that other one gets here so I can show it all to you at once. So I have some things in the works, folks, to show you. Yep. And let's see, what else? Oh, I know. These colors, if you can tell, this is the original purple that I ordered to go, can you see that? To go into my granny square. But this is Premier Just Yarn. And it's nice, folks. This is a skein of Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. This stuff is buttery. This is good too. But I like this a lot. I love this yarn a lot. So I thought, well, it'll mix in there and go. So I'm going to use this one. And I also had this is mixed berry, and this is raspberry. I think so. This also is, I love this yarn. So I decided to go ahead and work these skeins up in it too, because it will all look good. And then, here they are. There's all my colors. And then I have a off-white and a denim coming from Premier with this Just Yarn. It hasn't even shipped yet, so I don't know. I'm not getting my stuff. I mean, I know they've been busy, so I'll give them that. I know that, but I guess I'm not a good one to wait for my stuff. I want my stuff. Once I get it ordered, I'm ready for it. But I know that's not how that works. So anyway, so that's what's on the agenda for the yarn, and for this great granny square blanket that's going to my oldest son. Yep. So, I'm going to go back to dig in my cedar chest and find y'all another story. This story is one of my motorcycle stories. And if you've been with my channel, you know, or if you've watched my past videos, you know that my husband and I were into motorcycles. And we didn't get into them till we were in our 50s, okay? Oh, me. He wore me down, folks. He wore me down and talked me into a motorcycle. And when he wore me down and talked me into a motorcycle, I wanted one too. So, there you go. So, let's see. Let me slip stitch in that. Okay, so we're going to go back to 2000, I think it was 2005. We had just gotten those 750 motorcycles from the Honda place. Honda 750 motorcycles, and what were they called? I think they had a name, folks, but I can't remember the name of them. The 1300s were interstates, which we eventually ended up getting after I wrecked us on 750s, okay? Anyway, we were on the 750s at this time. We hadn't had them very long. We didn't have our gear. And by gear, I mean, we didn't have our leathers. We didn't have our leather jackets. We didn't have our leather chaps. We just didn't have that stuff. Because, folks, that stuff's not cheap. So, my husband had been... Now, we lived 35 miles south of Dallas in Waxahachie, Texas at the time. So, my husband went on the internet and searching for leathers for us. It was springtime, okay? I don't know how long we'd had the motorcycles, but not long. I would say a month or two, okay? We didn't get them in the summer. We got them probably in the middle of winter. I think so. I think we got them in January, February. I don't know. But, of course, Texas, down south of Dallas, it's not that bad in the winter. Well, it can be. It can be cold, but anyway, that's where we were. Let me get a little coffee. So anyway, he found this place up in Mountain Home, Missouri. I believe that's the name of it. That sold all this leather stuff. Jackets, vests, chaps, anything you want. Anything you can think of. Motorcycle gear. Gloves. They had it. Mostly wearables. I'm not talking about bling for your motorcycles, just for what you wear. So he decided in March, I don't know, I know it was in March. I'm sure it was in March. And, we were thinking of spring. And we'd had a few warmer days, and blah, 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 blah. So he decided we could ride up there on the motorcycles and get our gear. Both of us. We each had motorcycles. Because if you're new to the channel, when we bought those, or when he was wanting to buy one, I said, I'm not riding behind him. If I have an accident, it'll be on my own fault. It'll be on my own. And sure enough, I did. Oh, well, that's another story, and I think I've already told that. But anyway, getting back. Okay, well, we didn't have any. So we're going up there to get our leather. So that means we don't have any. We have jackets and long undergarments, long johns, but they don't call them that. What did they call them? I don't remember. But we had all the undergear. We didn't have any outer gear. So we decided what we would do is layer all up. We had gloves. We did have gloves. Layer on up. And Hold on, folks. I hear something in there. It could be the cats. I'll be right back. Well, that was my husband in there. He's at the table. He was making a little bit of noise. I thought it was the cats, but it's him. He's looking at some of his books. Okay, getting back. So, we in other words, to make a long story short, we put on what we could to stay warm. And we had our full face helmets, of course, and we thought we were good. And we thought, well, after we get our gear, we'll just ride on down to Eureka Springs, Arkansas, and spend the night. Well, we knew we couldn't make it in one day up to Mountain Home, Missouri, so we took off, and it was not real cold. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't anything bad. It was like an early spring atmosphere. So we were okay that first day. We probably left mid-morning. We didn't leave real early. No. And we went up through Oklahoma. Hi, Oklahoma. My friends up there. And it was getting on about dusk, and we decided to stop up there. So we stopped in, I don't know what town it was. But we stopped up there and got us a room. It was just a fun adventure for the two of us, and we were having a lot of fun. I always have fun when I'm with him. He's a lot of fun. He's a character, okay? He keeps me laughing and giggling, so that's a good thing. So anyway, so we spent the night, and we got up the next morning, and it was a little bit cooler. Yeah, it was a little bit cooler. Okay, we're up in Oklahoma. So we put on our warmest clothes we have, and we take out. And the farther we ride, the colder, well, I can only speak for myself, the colder I got. So we had these walkie-talkies still in our helmets, one to another. We could talk one to another, hands-free, of course. It'd have to be. So I rang him up and said, "Whew, I'm getting cold." And he said, "Oh yeah, well, it hopefully it'll start warming up a little bit," because it was still morning time. Well, the farther we went, the colder it got. Oh, and we got, folks, and it was cold. It was like, there was nothing, we put on everything we had. I mean, it was what it was, as my daughter would say. It is what it is. It wasn't very smart to take off like that without something warmer. Okay, so we got, and I kept thinking, are we ever going to get there? I got colder, and I got colder. And he was the navigator, and he was the one ahead of me. And finally, folks, I got so cold. We were on some 2-lane road trying to get to Mountain Home, Missouri. I hope I'm saying that town right. And if that's not where it is, it's just, my old brain can't pull it out. But I think that was the name of it. Finally, I got so cold on that motorcycle. I just pulled over and stopped the motorcycle. I rang him up and said, "I've had it. I can't make it." "Oh, sure you can. I said, "No, I'm so cold, I can't make it." He said, "It's only like 10 or 15 more miles. He said, "You can make it 10 or 15 more miles." I said, "I don't know. I'm cold. I'm so cold." So I sat there a few minutes, and he turned around and came back, and he was giving me all this encouragement. And, we don't have very far to go. We can do it. We can do it. You can do it. Somehow, folks, I did it. I started her back up. We made it up there. And we did. We got our leathers. We got a vest. A leather vest. A leather jacket. Leather chaps. They just decked us out good in there, okay? We even got a rain gear. That's the word, gear. Rain gear. Both of us got a full set of rain gear. We didn't have that either. So we got everything we needed. And when we stepped back outside, we were warm, okay? But, lesson learned. You gotta have the right gear and equipment. Because if you don't, you'll freeze to death, folks. Well, see, I'm coming right along with that one. Yeah. So again, I want to welcome everybody that's new to my channel. I love you guys. And if it wasn't for y'all watching my videos, encouraging me, I might have given this up a long time ago. I mean, this has been a new venture for me. I've never been in front of a camera before in my life. And I didn't know. I was real nervous right at first, okay? But I got some advice from somebody, a YouTuber that I've been watching for a few years. A little elderly man that lives all alone. He told me, he said, just be yourself. So, that's what it is. Oh my goodness, that's good. So, whew, that was a hot sip of coffee. When I went in there to see about my husband, see what that noise was, I got me a refill. Well, it was half gone. I topped it off, and I put it in the microwave for a minute. So it's pretty warm. I can't seem to get that stitch to go right. So, my friends, how has your week after the holidays been? I hope it's been restful. Oh, I was going to tell y'all. We had, I think I told y'all, we had black-eyed peas and fried cabbage with onions in it for New Year's Day and a pan of cornbread. Well, folks, we fed my sister-in-law, who was here for the holidays. She didn't want to take any food home with her. So we just kept the peas and everything here. And do you know we ate on that on the second and the third, through the third, and we finished it off yesterday. We ate it. That's been our substance. We just finished that off. That was really good. So yesterday, I did take some ground beef out to thaw it out. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But I'm going to prepare something later for us. And I don't know what, but that's up in the air. I'll probably ask my husband what he wants. He'll probably say, I don't care. That's whatever. Put it in front of me and I'll eat it. Yeah. This glove really slows me down because the thread just does not glide over it. A tension here. This. I could just tear the little finger off of it, I suppose. I'm just hoping to be able to take it off and do without it. I'm just afraid to right now. Somebody told me about some foot cream they have at General Dollar Store. I have not gone down to look for that, but I have it bookmarked and I am going to try to find it. Thank you for suggestions. Okay, my folks, come back over here. Raise your hands up. There y'all are. Okay. I am trying this video in a different recording mode that I've never tried before. So we'll see how it turns out. I don't know this camera very well, and I'm experimenting, and I hope I don't have to shelf this video and when I put it in the editor, but we'll see. We'll see. But folks, I'll let you go. I just wanted to come on here bright and early this morning, share my morning with you, share my coffee and my project with you, and I hope you've enjoyed our Crochet Chat. Come back and see me. I love all of y'all. If you like my content, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button and leave me a comment. Hit the notification icon so that when I put out one, you'll be notified. I try to do it every few days. Sometimes I go a little longer, but I try. Okay, folks, because I enjoy it. I enjoy talking to you guys and telling you about what's going on over here. So my show is over. It's a wrap. God loves you. I love you. Come back and see me. Stay safe, you guys. Bye now.